Well, new tonight at 10, Duluth Mayor Roger Reinert says he supports a ban on future conversion of single-family homes into short-term rentals. He addressed the topic just a week after Duluth City Council heard recommendations from the planning team. This comes as the council considers changes to its short-term vacation rental licenses following a one-year moratorium. Now, the moratorium was in response to the growing conversion of single-family homes into vacation rentals and Airbnbs concentrated in areas including Park Point, the UMD campus, and West Duluth. Mayor Reinert says with the city's housing shortage, a full ban on single-family homes is needed.
But the reason that I support it is if we have a housing crisis in Duluth, if we don't have enough homes for folks that are already here, in addition to the fact that we're a growing population again, step one, stop losing them for conversion into small businesses.
These recommendations are not enacted yet. Mayor Reinert says he expects the planning team will present their recommendations to City Council for debate sometime next month.